what
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Before you do this,
Yeah.
When I'm doing the playoffs, I always think of an audience person who's watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
This is the first time they interact with Nameless.
Yeah.
Whether or not they have interacted. I like that thing because they carry along the journey with you.
Yeah.
So I want guys to understand your exit from Ogopa. First of all, you chuck this on fire. You chuck this on fire thing, album, and let's be honest, you do another thing that artists had never done before.
Yeah.
You begin touring the world.
Wow. Yes. Wow. So now,
I mean, I named how many awards he had.
True.
I remember
so
watching. I was telling Georgie here, who was here with us, watching that. I remember watching Nameless, Akon, and Wyclef, and they are singing together during the MTV, like before the MTV gig started at Kasarani.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, look at these guys acting like they're friends. How on earth
how
do you become friends with Wyclef?
with Wyclef? Yeah, exactly. So actually, that's a good point. So Ogopa artists, it's new to everyone. So I remember I used to have an issue where I used to tell guys, you can't have a problem with Ogopa making money because they're not a charity. They're supposed to earn also. If they're not earning, then why are they doing this? So everyone has to be happy. Okay. So that's why I stuck with them, even if they were engineering. But I'll tell them there are a few things I have an issue with them. I tell them, bros, like artists have to earn, you guys have to earn. So us even asked, there were a few crashes here and there, but I managed to navigate them, so we're good. We're actually okay. But guys were leaving. Bad man come, guys were chucking, right? So we're losing artists because artists, of course, sometimes guys reach a place and like, we are the ish, we're the ish. You don't realize that it's a partnership. You're not the ish. It's when you two together, that's when you're the ish.
Yes.
But then, my last issue with Ogopa was one conversation we had, which I did not like, where I felt that they were feeling they're the issue also. And I'm like, no, we are Saidianari. Me, I value what you're bringing. You get me? I value it. But you also have to value what I'm bringing. You can't just think, we are the ones, but then, like we can pick anyone and make them a star.
No.
There's something I've brought to the table. And that's all I was looking for, to respect. So when I felt I was not being respected, or it was being diminished, then I realized,
time to bounce.
I think now tumefika your place, But I never really want to bounce. Like, I think it was one of the last. It was, I think, Pin in our generation. Big Pin was the last one to leave. But me and Wahu, because where I remember, we were seated there. I don't even know if they'll remember.
We've not even mentioned Wahu.
Wahu
coming into the stable and her becoming a big artist. City Shiki. How are you guys in the Dicks? Where unalipa rent? City Shiki. You are a liar.
And just so that because even when we talk with guys and mentor, some of the things we talk about. So like Wahu, I remember when she started off, she started her first song. It was like a Kikuyu kind of song. And done by Ogopa, all the nice things, Ogopa punch but it didn't hit. And we're trying to see, how do we package Wahu? So the same thing I'm saying, you've identified, we need to be performing artists. Like you've identified, what are the revenue streams? Performance, fast. Sales, So even endorsements are not reached at that time. So we're looking at her and saying, how? Now this is now me and her, right? Yeah?
Yes.
We're like, now, how the people who come to audience, the ones who are in front mostly, at least Kenya when we see the fun one, are women. Kenyan men rarely scream. They come because women have come, but they chill behind. So for a guy, it's easier because you just have to sing and then you can. But now for a chick, we're like, how do you package a chick for the chicks to be cool with her? So we made a conscious decision. And it worked because that's kind of her personality. But like Destiny's Child, girl power. So that's your image, that's your brand. And now when we look back, we realize it worked because she's like that. She's a very liberate women. So even when she would write stuff, they just used to Indiana. And guys would just connect with it. And the way I can tell she was really good at it is the time for Kibawa. The song was called Kinyaunya was the original.
Was it first by those Duvocha guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the song Kinyaunya came, it has hit in its own way. Then Wahu comes like from nowhere and tells me, I want to write an answer to Kenyan.
It was like the no scrubs thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, can you handle that song, that madness? These guys, how they blessed that track. She's like, I think I can. I'm like, because if you misrepresent, it will look bad for you. She took like 3 days. She came back to me and sang. And I was like, this is bad. You have finished this track. So went to Lucas. Lucas, you know, he's just presented. He just smiled, made you, and it's done. He was told, finish this thing. We are making it. We are releasing it, and for sure it came out and just massacred. Yeah. So anyway, so when she was starting, that was like her brand. Yeah. So if you listen to her songs from Still a Liar, City Shiki, Liar itself, Kibawao, Sweet Love. Now was Woman.
Now it changed the Ritz.
It wasn't changed. It was still the Woman, more mature, and it was Woman
so
thing.
Huge.
Yeah, it was. But that was now after Ogopa, right?
Yeah, but is that the point where the brand is so big that whatever you just show more, the guys will love?
No, that was a reinvention.
Oh yes, that was a
reinvention for her.
Okay, especially
so,
you just had a kid.
We just had a kid. So what we were struggling with was as I told, my first name was Campus and Young and yeah. Done Ogopa, party, fun. Then that has slowed down. I even remember the time I was talking to someone and I'm negotiating a price and he's giving me such a bad price and I'm so mad and he's telling me, Buddha, you're not as big as you. And I was like, what? Did you just say? I was mad. And he was just telling me, bro, you quality. I say, you're like, I need to reinvent. I was mad because what happened? I done On Fire, God, I'm gotten married now. I'm trying to reinvent. I've got Chuck from Ogopa, I'm trying to reinvent, but I'm not knowing what to reinvent. So I'm visiting many studios and I'm being shown tracks and I'm being shown many tracks, right? And I'm not connecting with the tracks. Because guys are showing me tracks that they expect me to sing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is Nameless. Wacha tumuoneshe ngoma. Wacha nimuoneshe ngoma atapenda.
Yeah.
So they show me along the same line. But me, I know. No, something has to change. I don't know how it's supposed to change,
but something's gotta change.
So as we were mentioning, I've now checked from Ogopa, we've had a discount, and then we just looked with Wifey because we were there in the same place. Hey, look, you have jumped again. One of the reasons there was some issue when I toured the States.
The first time?
The first time. It was 2004. On Fire was on fire. You get? Now Diaspora is saying, we need you guys here. Hey, dude, Yani, that was an amazing situation. So me, I'm starting to get calls now because, these guys approach me. 2 guys approach me at the same time to take me. One is through Ogopa, and one is through me now. Someone has come direct to me. This guy is offering me this. I'm telling him, for me to come, you have to allow me to come with 2 other artists and 2 dancers. I want to come with Mr. Lenny and Wahu and 2 guys, and we'll give you a show and a half. This other guy is saying, come alone. So which show would you take? This other one, right?
Yeah.
You know you'll give a better show, better. This guy's offered me twice as much. Even for me individually, twice as much, and everyone else. This guy is offering me less through Ogopa. That was one of the reasons now that we beefed, because now they're telling me, no, you need to go with these guys. And I'm like, I mean, the deal is like So I started feeling bad, like, is it because it's coming through you and you're going to, So that started becoming an issue. And so they told me, if you go with those guys, go at your own risk, right? Because we've not been able to check. And I could tell it's going to strain. So I made that decision and said, I'm going to do it because it's best. I feel it's best for my whatever. And for me to make sure I don't mess anyone, I demand they pay 50% of the whole tour before I leave Kenya. So they're giving me 50% of the whole tour before I leave.
And you're doing like how many shows now?
I was signed to do 10. But I ended up doing 15 because of how guys were like, come back.
Okay.
Like we did Dallas twice because the guys who missed the first time were being shown pictures and the hype. They're like, guy, bring it back. Atlanta, a couple of places we did twice. So Man.
And this when everyone in the diaspora used to go to Atlanta.
Yeah, during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So me, I decided to take this on one, which created strain. Yeah. But I told them, to make sure I'm going to be safe, I'm going to ask for 50% before. If they don't pay, I won't go.
Yeah.
Dude, they paid like that. My flight is at 7. The money arrives at 3 in the afternoon. Like, I'm packed, but I'm like, I'm not going. Have they sent? Then the tour manager told me, it's in. Let's go. I told wife, Mr. Lenny, we are going to America. Coming to America. We've done it. Yes. States. Dude. Flight, what? This 2004, you can imagine. First time in America, what? Tour we've come, we don't know how people are going to receive it. We don't know how America is.
Yeah.
We don't know what go there, big roads, what. Yani, the love from the first show in Dallas. Which you are, this is gonna be a good tour. You know, the first one you had told us. Also, like, do these guys know the music? What? So you realize first, 80% are Kenyans. Yeah, 70-80% are Kenyans. It's just that they're in the diaspora.
Yes,
they have their friends from other countries and maybe guys, but so you feel they understand us and they've just missed home and they just want to. So now we understood the market. So so we started the shows.
Did you go with product? Please tell me you landed a product. Mercedes, because there you would have made another, I don't know, $1,000, a few $1,000.
Let me tell you the funny thing, and it's a weakness I have till today. The day when I entered the industry and asked about revenue streams, when I looked and saw how sales were urban, I actually shut my switch for sales. Very unfortunately, I switched. Like, it became Ogopa, that's your thing, and when you pay me, you'll pay me. You get, and I was cool with that. But my focus was not there. It's just unfortunate.
Yes, I am.
Which was a weak side on my part, because I should still have, just avail, you still make money there. May not make as much as you think you should make, but you still make, right? Because there are guys who actually want to buy the original. Just give it to them. But I switched. And then secondly, because I was not going with Ogopa, there was also that.
Yes, you would have the production.
So we didn't agree, so I just went without it. It was the first time then we're now looking when we're there like, guy. Even when we're there, they were trying to tell us, you print now quickly. What can I do Ogopa, guy?
And they have it good quality.
Yeah. And yes, they do. What is this? Now me, I was very like, no, if you not agree with them, I'm not doing it. So anyway, so we didn't.
Yeah.
But
the love, bro.
And I cannot cheat you. That tour till today, I don't think someone has killed at all like that. Because first, you can imagine the combination. We used to give guys a 2-hour show. They cannot understand what has just happened. You get, and it used to be, I would start the show, I would start it. Perform, reach a certain point, call in Lenny. Perform with him, a couple of songs, leave a bit, he does a few of his songs, I come back. I do a few songs, then I introduce Wahu. Guys are like, what is going on? Then we finish together. Then after 2 energetic young boys dancing there, chomoing their shirt, girls are just losing their minds. Hey! Yani, guys were just like, if this is what a show is. So now what happened? It created standards for the show like this. So now the problem is now other guys would go alone.
I guess.
So guys now with their numbers expecting that kind of a show. So now the expectations are high. So guys will be like, So, but it became very hard to sustain the whole big numbers in terms when we're going. So anyway, so we did the tour. And
that's the tour now opened up other continents.
Oh yes, because now social media has just started. What was it? I can't remember what it was called, but I remember people were sharing some pictures. I can't remember what.
Highfive.com.
I don't know which it was, but I remember MySpace or so pictures would go around like this, how the show was. So every state would know about the state before. You get, and then they're like, hey, this thing kicked. So more people know. Then now Europe now, so UK now is also like, hey, is this show? But UK would be like 1 or 2 because it's a small place.
Yeah.
America was always the best because you have 17, 18 states you can go to. Me and I told you, were there 3 months or 4 months? 3.5 months. Every weekend would go, you know. So it came to about that. It came to about 16, 17, I think even 18, I can't remember. But there were many shows, right? And I remember we shopped. You know, now it's your first time in the States. You shop for your whole village. Then me, myself,
because you have half the money.
Me had 5 suitcases myself to bring back. So, 2 are allowed. So 3 you have to pay for. Wife has her own 4 suitcases.
So how are they paying you? End of a show, they give you the depot for
50% of that show.
No, because you went with 50%.
So I've already done 50 first.
Yeah.
So now, when I do a show, now they 50 for that show.
What?
When I do another one, 50 for that show. So I was pretty secured in that even if something goes wrong, I have 50% at least at home. Because I told, me, whenever I include other people in a deal, I normally want to be safeguard them. Because I don't, if it's me alone, I can go with, if anything goes wrong, I say, stupid mistake, you messed.
Yeah.
But now I'm telling Lenny and Wahu come. Then I go there, then I mess them up like one So I told them, I'm coming with these guys, we'll give you a very good show, but give us 50%. So at least I told all of them, at least you're 50%. So I asked them, are you okay with that? They're like, please, let's go now. Even without percentage, we are going to the So guys, we had a good time there. Anyway, so come back, chill.
So let me ask you about this. I want to now tap into this thing that you were talking about earlier, reinvention. So
I've done my show, I've done my tours, I've done a couple. Now I've gotten married, 2005. Now something has changed.
Do you know what cut in 2005? In fact, it's so good that you said that here. Me, I'm becoming a musician. As I was about to tell you. Becoming a musician, I've entered this industry. I've gone and I've got a record label. I've got my Ogopa called Kijiji Records. And I'm going through the music selection. So finally they accept me to be an artist, and I'm going through the music in that studio. And I hear this banging song by Mr. Lenny. I'm like, whoa, this is nice.
Mr. Lenny, which one was that?
It was done by, I don't know, Aaron and Kijiji. Then I hear this, I forgot the name of the song. Then I hear this amazing song by Waire. It's called Definition of a Love Child. And I'm like, it even has kanji in it. And I'm like, nice. I'm like, wow, this is the studio for me. Thank you, God. Then I hear a song by the one and only Monski, aka Nameless. Rock. Called Chat a Bit.
Chat a Bit.
I'm like, first of all, your lyrics were conscious. Because we chat a bit, we laugh a bit, but we never contemplate.
Why
isn't this song out? Me, I'm obsessed with digital. I'm about to leak that song. Kanji's like, if you ever, everyone in Kijiji told me, if we ever know this song is out, it's you. I'm like, guys, I wish I leaked it because I don't know where to find it now. But and that song was so good.
And now that was around the time I was working on reinvention.
Okay.
You get me? Now you get me. So I'm recording in different studios because now I am homeless. Check Ogopa. So I'm going to different studios.
Is that why you did Judai?
Judai also was around that time, exactly.
Round two. So, ni Nameless anajidai, Yashinsky anajidai, na nyinyi unajidai, na mimi najidai. Najidai. Oh. Najidai. Unajidai.
Definition ya kujidai ni kuwa the highest point of your body shall be your mapua. Yani unaiweka juu azifu unataka kuwa nusa tu. Ama unakunja hiyo sura paka hizo vichwa zinafura kama ndazi. Yani round hii ni kujidai wazi na uhakikishe umeiva kama diva. Kujisikia asifu naoni ni diva. Ati nani anaoni ni diva? You ever heard of a junior achiever? Hiyo ndiyo feeling natafuta. Yani shining kama futa. Na mafans tukikutana kwa tua ni pleasure tu ninakuwa sure. Najidai, hata kama sijawahi najidai.
So I've come out, I'm recording, and I do this, I like this, but I'm like, this will not cross over. It will be, and at this point when guys are waiting to know what you have, if you release that, they'll think, where are you taking us? You get? So there'll be those who can like it, but they might be like 10%. They're like, yeah. But me, I know I've become a pop artist. My first album is pop artist, and I'm saying that's how I'm going. So in my head, I'm like, I like it, it's something that I would like myself, but is the market going to understand this? Or get lost and say, where are you taking us, Nameless? You get me? Because I'm a pop artist.
Yes.
I decided I'm a commercial artist, and that's how I'm going. So I put it on hold. Like, if it was under an album,
Sour.
I can put it in there. But now when I'm trying to look for a single to take me back and decide and test the waters, I'm like, I can't use this. But it's good to have it so that I can put it in an album when I've decided in this direction. So I'd go, I went to Jeddah, I did whatever. So, after going to many studios, and I'm talking to a promoter, he's telling me, wewe manze, siwezi kulipa hiyo pesa. Umekwisha ladha. I'll never forget that thing. It gave me fire. Like, I'm like, you will know me. You know the ones of, yani, you've talked to me bad like that, yani, you've disrespected me like that, live. Utanijua. So I'm looking for a relation. Why? I've gotten married. So in people's eyes, perception-wise, they feel you've changed. You get? They just feel you've changed. Without even them knowing, they just feel you've changed. So, and then I've done Ogopa. It's been like 2 years. I'm still, So that's when I was doing a lot of rounds. And at RK's, it was one of the studios I used to go and just share with him, tell me stuff, nini. So RK is the one who was showing me tracks. So I'm asking, what tracks do you have, bro? Let me just hear.
What you have, man?
Yeah, what you have, bro? I need something, man. These streets are killing me, bro. I'm losing numbers, bro.